What's up YouTube, Jay Traveling here. Today I'm going to talk about my 3060 Ti and I guess part of my 3070 that's on my test bench. My 3060 Ti is on Hive OS now. If you guys didn't see, it's pretty much on the rig that my P106 6GB used to be on. Before I sold them, I took that rig apart and sold those GPUs on eBay. And now I just put my 3060 Ti on it. So that's been sitting on there, and anyone that knows, most of the time I mine, I use Phoenix Miner, except for my 5600 XT rig. I put that on Team Red Miner. But today, actually, from a comment on my YouTube, I switched over to T-Rex Miner for my 3060 Ti rig to check it out. According to the comment, I wouldn't have the issues that I have where I have to restart the miner every like 4 days or 5 days, because all of a sudden I'm just getting a bunch of rejected or stale shares. To my knowledge, this has been a pretty common problem with the 30 series cards, specifically from my experience with the 3070s and 3060 Ti's. Unfortunately, I haven't had the chance to test out a 3080 yet, and definitely had the chance to test out a 3090. So let's go inside the computer here and we'll log into Hive OS and show you my 3060 Ti rig. I'll also remote into my test bench that has my 3070 on it, just to show you guys what I'm talking about. So let's go inside the computer here and check it out. So here's inside Hive OS. This is logged in as my 3060 Ti rig. We'll go in the shell in the box here and log into it, and I'll show you the miner. So we're logged in as T-Rex miner running. And as you can see, it's been running for 7 days now, booted on the 31st. So that's the last time I booted this rig. I updated it, switched over, started a whole new flight sheet, and you see I'm at 99.87%. Now, obviously I'd like to be at 100%. Some of my other rigs are at 100% efficiency, but this one you see 28, just over 28K accepted shares, and then 37 rejected. I don't know if they're rejected as far as, rejected shares or just stale shares. I'm also getting 62.15 megahash a second, where I was getting 60 megahash a second before. My overclock, I went a little bit higher. If you guys remember, I was at, I think, 2300 on the memory when I was on Phoenix Miner. I was getting 20.8 megahash a second. So I upped it. I was at 2600 for a little bit, but it did go unstable. So I set it at 2550 and I got 62 megahash a second. So you might say that 37 rejected is bad. In my opinion, it's not. I'm still at over 99% efficiency, where after 5 days in the middle of the night, this could go down and I'll wake up to like a couple hundred rejected shares just overnight. I've had a lot of work some days and didn't check on my rig right away, and I've logged in, I've seen over 1,000 stale shares or rejected. So now this one's my 3070. You see that this one's it's a little over 2 days. It's like 2.5 days almost. 3,000 accepted and then 2 rejected. So usually about 90 hours in is when this card will start seeing a lot of rejected and stale, won't be accepting any more shares, and I'll just pretty much just restart the miner. I'll click out of it, set my memory clock over here back to 0, and then restart the miner, and then let it get a couple shares and then put it right back to 1350 plus on the memory. Now remember, this one's on Windows, so 1350 in Hive OS will be plus 2700 on the memory. Core clock's a negative 200. I could go down. Now, some people did comment saying I could go into the curves here and adjust the millivolts and shave this down a little bit more and get this down to probably close to 120 watts. I haven't done that yet. I don't know if I'm going to do it, so I plan on probably taking this off my test bench and putting it with Tony Tough Nuts here. And that way I'm not running 2 motherboards. They run these motherboards I have run about 40 to 45 watts. That's just an extra 40 to 45 watts I'm running that kind of isn't needed right now. So eventually I'm going to put them put it down there and connect it to that rig, since there's plenty of room on that frame, since it's a 6-card frame with only one GPU on it right now. That's just what I did for my 3060 Ti on a Hive OS. I switched over to T-Rex, and so far so good. It's been mining a week. I haven't had to restart the miner once. I haven't had to restart the rig. The efficiency, you know, it's still pretty decent in my opinion. It could be better. You know, I don't think it's an overclock issue. I think it's just the card in general. These cards just aren't optimized fully yet through drivers, most likely. I could update the driver in Hive OS. I believe I'm one driver behind. I'm not sure on that though. My 3070 is running the most up-to-date driver to my knowledge though. So that one will end up crashing eventually. Not like completely crashing. It'll just start getting nothing but rejected or stale shares. But, you know, I'd like to see, you know, if anyone else switched to T-Rex miner, if anyone's still on Phoenix miner and doesn't have this issue. You know, I have heard of one guy with a gigabyte card that doesn't have the issue, that his just mines flawless no matter what. So I don't know if it's just silicon lottery at this point, or if there's just an issue with the drivers or firmware on the actual GPUs. I know with 3080s, people were having a lot of issues with them thermal throttling. I know Red Panda Mining did a good video on showing the thermal throttling, and he put pads on the back plates on top of the memory, some thermal pads, and it helped not throttle his cards. You know, I don't think I'm having a throttling issue because I'm pretty consistent with the mega hash that I'm getting, and the temperatures on that, especially on my 3060 Ti, are pretty good. It's a little warmer with my 3070, but still not too bad. Obviously, the NVIDIA cards you don't get a memory temperature, which I kind of wish that you did, but maybe their next round of cards they'll put memory sensors on them so we can see the temperatures. But for now, obviously we can't. But, you know, I'd like to see, you know, write in the comments below any issues you guys might be having, any fixes you've done. If anyone switched over to T-Rex miner, or if after watching this video you decide to switch over and see how it goes. You know, thanks for checking this video out. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment down below. Stay tuned for more.